Is that an X? Is that an O? So sports talk?
Yeah, let's go.
I got my swag.
Terry got a little dance there. Swag too.
Hey. I got it all the way back. Nothing but swag here.
I'm gonna give you Aaron's old dance.
Yeah, yes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. He can never get that step. What is it? What is it? It ain't nothing but a blizzard. Welcome to XO Sports Talk, and we're coming at you live right here on this day. Listen, it's June the 30th, 2022 on a Thursday night. Listen, we got hockey, we got baseball, we got NBA free agency, we got tennis, we got it all right here on XO Sports. So stop what you're doing. Go tell somebody to tune in right now. Turn on the set and tune in to XO Sports Talk. My fellas, what's going on, man? What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on, Brian? How you doing tonight, man?
Doing okay, man. Doing lovely. Coming into the long holiday weekend. Doing lovely.
That's it.
Listen, man.
Swaggy E, what's up, man?
Man, come on, man. I'm ready, man, for some fireworks, some hot dogs and hamburgers and ribs. And, you know, what's the 4th of July weekend, man? You know?
Yes, sir.
Now, listen, I want to say this still, man. Aaron and Malcolm aren't here with us tonight.
No.
And you know what? They did it to us again. They're doing that show by themselves somewhere.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out where they're recording at and where they're located at. They probably got a little hideout somewhere, and they're sending signals up to Mars or something and bouncing off the satellites, running another show, because they always seem to dip out on us. But guess what? We're the three amigos, and we're gonna make it happen, huh?
No doubt.
We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen.
We represent for the guys. Hold it down.
It's not only NBA free agency, it's podcast free agency right now, man.
That's it, you know, guys negotiating with other networks and stuff, man. You know, and they do it. Yeah. They do it sneakily, man. Then they come back to us and say, "Oh yeah, I had something to do." Yeah, right. We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing.
About the Benjamins, man. About the Benjamins.
But I got a little message for our subscribers before we get into it tonight.
Woo.
XO Sports Talk would like to thank all our viewers for their support. We are currently streaming on all your favorite podcast platforms. If you're watching the show on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Tap that notification bell and click that share button so you can let your friends and family know what you're checking out, and they can check us out.
That's it.
And then feel free to join in on the live chat where you can post your comments, or you can call 475-221-5006 to join in on the conversation tonight.
Definitely.
That's
Definitely.
It. Call in. Go tell somebody. Stop what they're doing.
That's
huh?
it.
Turn on TV and tune in to XO Sports Talk.
Tell a friend. Tell your enemies. Tell your frenemies.
Bring your dog. Bring your cat. Bring everybody. Bring your kangaroo. Somebody has a pet kangaroo. Set them in front of the screen so they can see XO Sports Talk.
Yeah.
Hey, we know how to make animals behave, man. I'm telling you, they'll just sit and watch us, man, till the show is over.
That's it.
We cover everything.
It's that good of a show. Well, fellas, this month marks the 50th anniversary of a federal civil rights law, Title IX. June 23rd, I believe, is the exact date that law was enacted in 1972. Brian, what are your thoughts on this major milestone in U.S. history?
It's definitely a great positive thing. With the people who don't know, it actually, Title IX was an education amendment in 1972 that was implemented to kind of correct the imbalances between athletics between men and women. I mean, men and women. is supposed to bring parity and equality for that. And with that, just going back since 1972, just looking at the participation in sports from high school to college, we're going from 1972 to the present. We're talking about it was 295,000 female athletes that participated, and now it's 2.6. So you can see the growth on that. And just going into college, it was 30,000. Now you're talking it's 150,000. So you can see how this law has changed and brought parity in sports.
Yeah, definitely, man. And it's just made the sports world much better. WNBA, women's college basketball. It's definitely good basketball at that, you know?
Yep. And it gave them a pathway from high school to go into college to get that opportunity to do, pursue their careers, let alone not just in sports, but just in life.
Yep. Definitely.
Absolutely. And it's such a great thing, a monumental moment that we're embracing right here. And I'm just so glad and so excited about where this takes us to the next level for female athletes, coaches alike, to be able to have this day as a historical moment. And we're just excited what women's sports brings to us. I know I enjoy watching. I'm a sports lover, just to be able to see, all the greatness that has come, that my eyes have been able to witness. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yes.
Yep. And as we've been saying, we're waiting on a professional women's softball league. So
yes,
we'll see what happens.
Thank you, T.
Absolutely. It's coming.
Yes, sir.
I believe it's coming. Absolutely.
So, Emerson, the ice seem to be cooled off, man. So, give us the update on the NHL Stanley Cup winner and MLB update, man. What's going on?
Listen. Did you hear? It was an avalanche. Oh my goodness, it was an avalanche. But I told you earlier in the season, go back to any of our podcasts and you'll see what I'm talking about. I told you the Colorado Avalanche, they were a tough, gritty team. I've been saying it all year. You didn't want to listen to me, and I told you. And they knocked off the two-time defending champ, Tampa Bay Lightning, in major fashion. Big ups to the Colorado Avalanche. Listen, people doubted them throughout the season. There were times throughout the season that they had some setbacks and they were struggling a little bit, but they pulled it all together at the right time to do what they were supposed to do, to show that they can be on the same ice with the two-time defending champions. Listen, I just want to tip my hat to them, to their coaching staff, to all their players, their trainers, because it takes a whole concerted effort with everybody to get to this point, and they get to hold up the Stanley Cup trophy. So big up to the National Hockey League for a wonderful, wonderful season. From the NHL All-Star Weekend was amazing. It's just been a good NHL season. And now we get to see the Colorado Avalanche hold up the Stanley Cup trophy because that's what it's all about. All the hard work, all the grit and grind during the off season to get to this point where you get to hold up that trophy. And they were holding up that trophy the other night when my Dodgers played the Colorado Rockies. And I'm just going to move right into that segue right there. They had the Colorado Avalanche on the team. They were holding up their Stanley Cup trophy there. But guess what? My Dodgers knocked off the Colorado Rockies to spoil that event. So moving right into the MLB. Give you this week's updates. Listen, these guys, the New York Yankees, I think they're for real, man. I hate to say it. I think they're for real. They just keep finding ways to win. They're hitting, pitching, bullpen. They just seem unstoppable right now. I don't know if they just I don't know if they got a burst of energy from somewhere, I'm telling you, they just seem like they're just hitting on all cylinders. And it's just amazing to see how they're winning. Even when in games that they're losing, they're finding ways to come back and win and just say, listen, we are the Yankees. It seemed like they say, we're the Yankees. Don't you know? We just decided we didn't want to play those first 3 or 4 innings or 5 innings. And we're just going to turn it on and put 6 runs on you in 1 inning. And we're going to win this game and go home. You know, I'm telling you, Aaron Judge is tearing the ball off the cover. Tearing the cover off the ball. It's just amazing how well he's playing right now. He's one of my home run leaders. I got him there. He's got like 29 home runs, 290 average. I want to talk about some other top home run hitters, but I want to get back into some of those top teams right there. The Houston Astros, they're just playing solid ball. Yeah. They had to say, hold on, Yankees, we're going to cool you down just a little bit. You know, that Justin Verlander, he's an amazing pitcher. Even at his age, he's still going strong. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody because he's a beast on the mound. I'm telling you. So I just want to talk about the New York Mets, too, another one of my power ranking teams in my top 5. The Mets, they're getting ready to get one of their star pitchers back, Max Scherzer. I think he threw 80 pitches the other day in a rehab assignment. And I heard him on the radio. He said he's ready. So they're getting him back, which is going to bolster their rotation to be able to help them through not only just the All-Star weekend, but to get ready for that stretch. So they're getting some pieces back together. I know they lost a few games here and there. And I know some of the fans will probably say, oh, no, not again. Here we go. No, New York Mets fans, I think this is the year you're really going to make some noise in the playoffs. So I just want to move down to my New York Dodgers and coming in at the number 4 on my power rankings this week. Dodgers, they got a few nicks and bruises here and there, but they're finding ways to win because that's what my LA Dodgers do. They know how to win, even when it's tough. And even when adversity faces them, they know how to win and pull it out. The Dodgers, you better ask somebody. LA Blue, go LA Blue. And listen, if you haven't heard, they're coming. The Atlanta Braves. The Atlanta Braves.
Always do.
Here they come. Here they come.
Champions.
Atlanta Braves. They know how to win. They know how to put it together when they need to put it together. You may not hear about them all year, and then boom, here they pop out of nowhere. The Atlanta Braves, they're right back in the playoffs. So those are my top 5 power ranking teams this week, with New York Yankees being number 1. And like I said, I got you some home run leaders right now, starting with Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, Alvarez for the Astros. I got Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies, and the only Pete Alonso for the New York Mets. And I just want to say on another note, also Bryce Harper, the Philadelphia Phillies star, he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a thumb injury. That's going to hurt a little bit. Yeah. Because he was playing well. So that's my topics this week and my updates this week from the NHL. Big ups again to the Colorado Avalanche. And that's my week discussion about the MLB. And somebody knock off the Yankees, please.
Quick question for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Brian, how many home runs will Aaron Judge end up with?
You know, I heard some discussions about that, about if the Yankees should play him or kind of sit him during games if he get close to 63 home runs. But I think he'll probably wind up with, in that ballpark, I'll give him, I'll say 55.
5?
Yeah.
And what are you thinking?
I had that same number in mind, Brian. I'm gonna go 52. Guys like that, they always seem to hit a slump, and I'm just thinking he's probably gonna hit one of those slumps. I don't know where it's gonna happen at, but I'm gonna go 49 to 52 home runs that I think he'll have this year.
Yeah, anybody know where Ohtani is on the list?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Home run wise, I don't know.
I was just curious.
But he's just a phenomenal player. Just
yeah.
I mean, what more can we say? I got a whole segment I can do on him, just half of this show. That's just how great he is.
And Terry, how did you think? How many home runs Judd ended up with?
At this rate, man, I'm gonna say he could get 60. I know,
tough number, man.
You know, you're gonna hit a slump, but man, the Yankees better pay him. But he's just playing phenomenal. He's putting the bat on the ball. He's a talent. He's a talent, man, and that only comes along once in a while. So
and he's gonna be paid.
I'm gonna go.
He's gonna break the bank of Major League Baseball.
Think he'll get 400?
He's getting 400. It's gonna be breaking news. The Yankees sign Aaron Judge to 450, somewhere in that neighborhoods.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, and he's so young too. Wow.
He's so young.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
the
crazy.
young fans or young kids tuning in, baseball money is guaranteed.
Yep.
So,
guaranteed. Go get it.
Might want to learn how to hit a change up and a curveball.
Yeah.
Stay in the batting cage, huh? Stay in the batting cage. Yeah. I might try to get back out there, man. I'll be the oldest player to ever try out for a major league team, huh? You know, maybe they'll let me DH, you know, in the bottom of the ninth, and I can come in, you know, when they got runners at second and third.
Like the movie The Natural. You'll be the unnatural.
Yeah.
The first curveball you see, you be sitting on your butt.
I'll just say, hold up, time out. You know, I'll change my batting gloves. Every time they throw one of those pitches, I want to change my batting gloves, huh? You know? And I'll get up there, you know, I'll get in the box. And I said, all right, I'm ready, huh? And then I'll say, hold on, wait. I'll point to left field before every swing. I'll point to left field to let the pitcher know that's where it's going.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Debbie Gamble too.
Hey Deb.
Oh, hey.
Thank you for tuning in.
She
wished everybody in the fam well, as we wish you well as also.
Thank you.
Same to you, Deb. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, Deshaun Watson has settled 20 of his 24 lawsuits. Currently, he has 4 cases pending. Will the NFL suspend Deshaun Watson for the upcoming 2022 season? Emerson.
I think he's facing at least 10 games. I think he's facing at least 10 games or more. And with that being said, I think they want to try to set the record straight for a lot of the stuff that's been happening off the field with NFL players. And I think they want to send a strong message here. So at least 10 games and maybe the entire season.
Brian,
and
what are your thoughts?
I think you're right, I think they're gonna push for the season. I think he might try to fight to get it down to 10. With the CBA, the legality of it, it's going to be kind of interesting to see. But I think he might just get the year. And I think he shouldn't even appeal it. I think he should just take it, whatever they give him. Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm thinking that he was probably advised by his legal team to settle, which doesn't say whether or not he's guilty or innocent. But maybe they thought it was the best way to go about getting him steps closer to getting back on the playing field. As far as the other 4 cases go, if it goes to trial, I'm wondering if maybe the NFL might allow him to play until the courts can determine if, you know, what really happened. You know, either way, you know, I just hope justice prevails, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
You know, but I do agree with you guys. I mean, if he if they suspend him for the year, I think he should not fight it. Just take it, and you'll be back on the field next year.
Yeah.
If all goes well.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, and the other thing, with the NFL, they're just trying to like set some rules and some boundaries. Like, listen, this is a major brand, and we want to protect our brand.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I think they're going to have to do minimum of 10 games. But like you said, Brian, that whole year sounds probably more likely to happen because we have to send a message out there that we're not going to tolerate this. This is the NFL. In some cases, it means not for long if you keep having behaviors that are detrimental to this league. And I think
and just
they want to make a point on that.
With that being said, too, Emerson, I want the league to not only look at the players, but the owners, because you got Daniel Snyder,
absolutely,
in a situation where he should be punished, which the punishment they gave him was it was a hand slap.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right. He's not running day-to-day operation, but he got his spouse running. So, what's that?
Yeah, exactly.
And the fine they gave him for the money, he got that in his pocket. So,
right.
So it's got to be.
And that's a very good, Brian. That's a very good point, because it seems like some way, somehow, the owners, if they run into some situations that doesn't line up with the conduct of ownership, it seems to go away.
You don't even hear nothing about
under
it.
the rug, or and we have to do something about that.
You hear nothing about it.
We have to do something about that. So good point.
We'll see how it all plays out, but you guys are right. Let's set a standard for both sides, for the owners and the players.
Exactly.
Sure.
Yep. 100% right.
Absolutely.
So looking at the Cleveland Browns side of things, if Deshaun Watson is suspended for the 2022 season, do you think that the Browns hold on to Baker Mayfield and play him in the upcoming season? Brian, what do you think?
I think the Browns, they pretty much have to turn the book on that, because you don't want to put them on the field the way I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. You don't want to put them on the field because of the investment that you put in Deshaun Watson. So if you put in Baker and he succeed, then you have a next season. Then what do you do? Imagine if he won a Super Bowl. Hypothetically, we're just saying. So they need to just turn the page on that with Baker. They're kind of in a catch-22 because teams know they have to do something with him, and they know they don't want to put him on the field just because of that situation. So teams are just waiting it out. So I think they just need to just let this season just play itself out. But definitely, I think they need to move on from Baker. And Baker probably needs to move on from them. He might need a fresh start as well.
Yeah. Emerson, what are your thoughts on it, man?
Well, if I'm Baker, I'm gonna say to the media and to the Browns, "Oh, you need me now, huh? Oh, so I'm just a spare tire, and you broke down on the highway, and you need something or somebody to help you get home. Well, guess what? I'm gonna take my sweet time. I'm gonna hold out of camp. I'm going to hold out of all activities, and week 1, I have a hamstring. I can't perform. I think they really did Baker Mayfield dirty. I mean, we kind of saw this writing on the wall, but I mean, you didn't even give him a chance. The man played hurt. The man played with an injury to try to help this team. This man laid everything on the line. And did we forget about the successful year, the seasons that he had, just 2 years removed? Yeah. So this is how you treat me? This is how you do me? I'm all in my feelings. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, oh, you need me, huh? So if I'm Baker Mayfield, I let the owners keep calling my phone. Just keep calling. I'm going to look at the number and say, oh, at this time, I'm unable to take your call. Please leave a message. That's what I'm doing if I'm Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. The answer is no to that. You don't hold on to him and play him just for the mere fact of the way everything went down last season.
Mm-hmm.
They basically told him, or didn't tell him, but their actions showed that they had no interest in bringing him back.
Right.
Yep. And in my opinion, he was done with them as soon as the season ended. And there's no way he's going to go out there and try to win games for the Cleveland Browns next year.
Why should he?
And then it's like, oh, you want me to win games for you just until Deshaun Watson can get back on the field. I don't see them holding on to Baker Mayfield. They are in a predicament right now, but their best bet is for both parties to move on.
Absolutely.
You know?
We're talking Deshaun Watson has signed a contract over $200 million. It's not the possibility. It's not, it's rumored. He has signed a contract. He will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns just as soon as he's able to.
But you know what is the tricky thing for Baker, though? As Emerson was saying, sit down, don't play. He's in the contract year. So you'll be hurting yourself for next year. Just say if you play well, then you talking about you can make money.
Yeah.
So you're hurting yourself by not kind of getting on the field. But I understand at the same time, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I want you to see I'll let you look at my film from 2 years ago. You know what I can do.
Yeah.
You know what I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I can do.
It's going to be interesting because, I haven't heard teams basically knocking on his door saying, hey, it's just a wait and see game. I think other teams are looking because what happens. Injuries happen.
Yep.
Injuries.
You need to pick up a quarterback. So I don't think teams are going to jump at Baker Mayfield right away. It'll be some point in the season where they need to get a quarterback because their starting quarterback got hurt. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. Yep.
But,
it happens.
Yes, it does.
Here, week 1, we've seen starting quarterbacks go down. Boom, on for the season.
Preseason game, you seen people go down.
Yeah.
So,
yes. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks. And NFL season coming soon. But last week, guys, the NBA draft took place last Thursday. Which team or teams do you guys feel were winners in this year's draft? And were there any losers in this year's NBA draft? Brian.
Well, I'll go a little bit against the grain, I guess you'll say. But I'm going to say I thought Golden State did very well for winning the championship and taking the picks that they had to get some younger players. They got Patrick Baldwin. He's an athletic. He was an All-American, actually, and a 5-star recruit. But he just had a little bit of issues, but they picked him up, somebody that they can groom and not necessarily have to come in right away. So they got him. They picked up Ryan Rollins, another guard who could shoot, come off the pick. So I thought they did well for a team that just won the championship to kind of build off the young players that they already drafted last year. I think they did well to me. Chicago, I had a little bit of reserve on what they did. They picked up another shooting guard, which either lets me know either they're going to move Zach LaVine or they think he may leave. But I didn't really think they needed that. I thought they needed a little bit more size. So that was the team that kind of disappointed me in the draft. And looking at Phoenix, they had no picks. And so I thought maybe they would move Eaton and try to do something there, but they didn't do anything. So,
What about you, Emerson?
Listen, I like the Thunder. I like this kid Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga. 7'1", athletic. I know people talked about he's a little on the light side. They said it about Kevin Durant. Do you guys know him? Yeah. Listen,
we'll get into that.
His skill. Oh yeah, we will. His skill set is just phenomenal. When you see a player of that size and that length that can do the things he's able to do right now at this young age, and with some more seasoning in the NBA, with a good weight program and a good nutritionist program that they're going to have waiting for him in OKC. They already had a bevy of picks from a few years ago, and they have some other players that are really coming into their own down there. So I really like what Oklahoma was able to do by picking him up and adding him to that stable. My disappointing team, it was the New York Knicks. They didn't pick anybody. They said, we're going to take some draft picks. They made some trades. I thought there were some players that the Knicks could have added at this point.
There was a lot of players they could have
to go with that team that they already have in place, because this was such a deep NBA draft. From 1 to 45, there were players that can help your team in some capacity, whether they were role players, whether they were starters, or whether they were players that you can groom and make projects out of. So I was very disappointed with the New York Knicks not picking a player. They did secure some draft capital, and I understand some players and picks, and maybe they're going after somebody that we don't know yet. We understand that they have some other things that they're eyeing right now, and we're going to probably get into that in a few minutes. But OKC was one of my top teams that I thought came off really good. I mean, there were so many good players in this draft. Let me just say that again. I can't say it enough.
Yeah.
And the NBA has such a bright future with some of these players. A lot of these kids are like 19 years old. Look at the San Antonio roster and the moves they made during draft day, draft night. They have like 4 players on their team that are 19 years old.
It's a very young league, man.
They got 4 guys that's like 19 years old, dude. They're going to grow together. We're talking 4 years from now, what they could be if they can keep that nucleus together.
Yep.
And that system that they run down there with Pop, and even if Pop leaves, that system is going to be in place because they just have something that they can do down there in San Antonio that is fundamentally sound. So I was very happy with some of the moves that they made, but my biggest move, I'll have to go with OKC because Chet Holmgren is going to be a great player in the NBA, and I don't care how much he weighs, he can play. He can just flat out play.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Emerson. I mean, it's a lot of talent in the league, up and coming talent. For me, I like, even though he wasn't happy about being picked 3rd in the draft, I like the pick that Houston made, man, and Jabari Smith Jr.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
He's a baller.
He's got good size. What, 6'10", I think.
Like 6'10".
He's a
He's got
baller.
a 7 foot. Yeah, he's got a 7 foot wingspan.
Yes.
Which I think is like maybe an inch longer than Jason Tatum. He could shoot the ball from mid-range and 3. I think he shot about 40% last year at Auburn. You know, he's a versatile defender. If you go back and look at his time with Auburn, he defended 2 guards, he defended small forwards, power forwards, and he did it with ease.
He likes
and I know it's not, it's not the NBA, but playing good defense, we all know it's about effort. And if he could do that in college, I'm sure he could do a good job in the NBA. And, Emerson, like you said, there's a lot of young players in the league, and in Houston is one of those teams, man. They got a nice young nucleus.
Yes, they do.
Jalen Green. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Yes.
Kevin Porter Jr., if he can get his head on right.
Yes.
And they've got Kmart's son, Kenan Martin Jr. down there.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
You know, so you add Smith Jr. to this nucleus, and give those guys some time, like you said, to grow and develop their game.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what it could turn into?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many players, Terry. I mean, the list is endless, and I didn't have time. We don't have the time to name all of the guys, but the names are endless. Jaden Ivey is one of the other players for the Pistons.
A lot of talk about him.
Keegan Murray that went to the Kings, and keep an eye on this kid. He went to the Washington Wizards. His name is Johnny Davis. Watch out for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watch out for him. So that list is just so endless. And there was some free agent guys that I saw that weren't even drafted. And I think they're going to make some rosters, some NBA rosters, and play major roles coming off the bench, so on and so forth. So it's going to be a great NBA season.
And I would think this is probably the most I've ever seen in the first round where G League players were selected.
Yes,
Brian.
Good point. Yes.
So
and it's paying dividends. That G League is paying dividends.
Yes, it is.
For not only for the league but for the players. You know?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because you get to go there and polish your skills, and hone your skills so that you're ready to be called up to the league
for the NBA game.
So it's oh my God, man.
Yep.
So many great athletes.
Another alternative.
So many great athletes, you know.
For players who can't or don't go to college. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jalen Green. Prime example.
Yeah.
You know.
So
right about that.
As far as losers, I have to agree with Emerson. The Knicks, man. I feel a little bit better about it, but on draft night, I was like, what are you doing?
Man.
You know, maybe they could, it remains to be seen because I want to see what they do with all these picks. I want to see if they can flip these picks and make a nice off-season move, and pick up somebody that can contribute to the team and make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we shall see.
Not only that, though, T, they have to, what's the name? Even though you stockpile all these draft picks, they're going to have to groom somebody. They're going to have to draft some players. But
all those picks.
Groom them,
all those picks.
But
picks.
Yeah, at some point they got to start drafting somebody and not Frank Ntilikina.
Ntilikina. He's got long arms. He's got long arms. Oh man, so many bad GMs with the Knicks. It ain't even funny. Isaiah
I give them credit.
Thomas.
They did draft well last year. I do like the two guys they picked up last year.
The days of Isaiah Thomas and Ernie Grunfeld and Al Bianchi and Dave Checketts, and the list goes on and on. Donnie Walsh, he was supposed to fix the team.
Man.
All that, huh?
It's a lot of
nothing.
History
here. Fix the cap space. They're still paying guys like Larry Johnson, and they're still paying guys, man. That's the problem. That's why they don't have no cap room. They're still paying guys that's been out of the league for 15 years. They're still paying them. Those bad contracts. This bad contract after bad contract after bad contract. Oh, man.
Yeah, we haven't made a big draft night splash since Patrick Ewing. So we'll see how it turns out. You know,
all them guys, Sweetney and all them guys with the draft.
Come on, man.
The list goes on and on. It goes on and on.
I want to sleep tonight, man. I don't want to have any nightmares.
Kenny Skywalker, another dud.
You know, make me wake up tonight in a cold sweat, man.
All he got is a slam dunk competition. Kenny Skywalker. He's going to be the next this and that. And he's coming to Broadway. And, duds. None but
All right, take it easy. Take it easy on my Knicks, man. But yeah, we got summer league coming up, so we'll see how these draft picks kind of pan out.
Yeah, you get to see them play right away.
I'm excited about the summer league. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Lakers play Sunday. I think they play Lakers.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get to see Scottie Pippen Jr. and who else? They signed another former NBA.
Sharif O'Neal.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got a kid. Oh man, there's a kid that the Lakers picked up. He can shoot. Oh my goodness. I can't think of his name right now. But
the Lakers
he
picked
can
up?
really shoot. Yeah.
In the draft?
Free agent. No, free agent.
Oh, y'all just picked up. I can't remember who it was.
Yeah. But speaking of that, NBA free agency is here. Things kind of got going with Jeremy Grant being traded from Detroit to Portland on draft night.
Mm-hmm.
And today, with the 4th of July a few days away, let's just say things got started out, as Mike Breen would say, with a bang. Yeah.
A lot of fireworks.
Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Bradley Beal, just a few of the fireworks that were lit today. But guys, what are your thoughts, man? What are you thinking? Emerson, what are you thinking, man? Today, big day. So tomorrow's another day. Well, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Listen, a lot of things going on.
You said Kevin Durant. I ain't hear nothing else. I was like, who else?
Let's start there. Let's start with the news of the day. Let's start with the news of the day.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant. Listen, it blew everybody away. Twitter feeds, YouTube feeds, podcast feeds. It was breaking news. Okay, I like, whoa, what happened? What's going on? What's going on in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant has asked for a trade. Are you kidding me? You picked the coach. You wanted Steve Nash. You wanted Harden. You and Kyrie, y'all got together and made all these moves for all these players. And now you talk about you want to leave? And you only got us through one round of a playoff since you've been there? Since 2019? They paid you for a whole year to sit out while you were healing from an Achilles injury? And you're talking about you want to trade? Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. This is a case of players running NBA franchise. Period. KD, I love you as a player. He's one of the greatest players of our time. Maybe if not 1, 2, or 3 top players in the league right now. But dude, wait a minute. You saw what you just did to a whole franchise, to a whole city, to a whole fan base that says, I don't care. I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Well, wait a minute. That's like, the rent's got to be paid. The mortgage has to be paid. I'm out of here. Wait. There's a car note due. Like, wait. He said, I'm out of here. Well, we don't have no food in our, I'm out of here. That's the same predicament he just put the Brooklyn Nets in. New stadium. That's a new arena. We're bringing Kyrie. We're bringing Kevin Durant here to New York, to New York City. Brooklyn in the house. And they gave you your money. They let you do player personnel. We know you picked all the players. We know you and Kyrie did all of this. Okay? We know you did that. Steve Nash, that's who you want as a coach who's never coached a game in his life on no level. And they did all of that for you. And you said, I want out. Now, we done gave up all our draft capital because you wanted James Harden here. That's what you wanted. You wanted James Harden here. Yep. I want a new PlayStation and an Xbox and a new bike and get me a dirt bike while you're at it. Matter of fact, and don't forget, I need another go-kart too to go with that. You got all the toys you wanted And then
gas
you said,
card.
now, yeah, that too. and now you're out of here and you want to go because I'm not happy no more. What is going on in Brooklyn? I have no idea. Somebody better find out who's up under the Brooklyn Bridge because there's something going on under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, you sound like you're a Brooklyn fan. Sound like you're a Brooklyn fan.
Nah, I'm not a Brooklyn fan. It's just not fair.
Brian, what are you thinking, man? A crazy day today, man. What are you?
Yeah, I was kind of shocked from that, especially when Kyrie opted in. But the Nets got to get this right. As Emerson elaborated on, they basically gave the franchise to Kyrie and Durant, and this could go down, or it actually has already gone down as one of the worst blockbuster trios ever to be assembled. And to the fact that now you talking about you got Kyrie, we don't know how he'll play this 1 year out. Harden's out of there. You gave away your picks.
Exactly.
Now Durant wants out, which is going to be interesting because he has 4 years left on that.
4 years.
Right.
So to me, they have all the leverage on that. I'm not giving them away for nothing less than. I'll just say that. Nothing less than. Because you got to get this right. And you don't want to be left. You'll be left with Ben Simmons, a person that you don't know if he'll take the court next season or the upcoming season. You don't know how that's going to work.
Because you wanted Ben Simmons too. Yeah.
So,
that's you wanted that trade made.
Yeah.
They've done everything for you.
So the Nets got to get this
Trade them
right.
to the Globetrotters.
So, yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters. Trade them to the Harlem Globetrotters.
And I feel if you're getting rid of Durant, if you proceed to do it, then you might also get rid of Kyrie too. And just, you're retooling. And would you keep Ben Simmons? Would you just get rid of everything? Well, because to me, what would be the point? I don't know. But they got to get this right because they mortgaged the team, and now you got players wanting in, they want out, and the ship didn't even leave the port. So
yeah, I know.
And all this changed, Terry, in 24 hours. Like, all this happened like in 24 hours. Like, we didn't hear nothing about this. We didn't see this coming. All we heard was Kyrie opted in. He said, I'll see y'all in the fall. And now, the next day, Kevin Durant said, I want out. What happened last night? Did you catch somebody in your house? Huh? With your missus? What in the world happened?
Last night changed it all.
By and say, oh, Kevin's not home. You mind if I have a glass of wine with you? Huh? What happened? And then you came home and his shirt was unbuckled. I mean, what happened?
I mean,
what happened, man?
It's crazy, man. Because for me, I saw something come through my phone, and I looked at it and I said, "Nah, this is fake news. There's no way." Then I went and I checked another site, and I'm like, okay, I wanted to leave work early and go home just to get in front of the TV and see like what is going on,
bro.
That to me is the biggest news of free agency so far. Probably will be the biggest news,
the biggest story
of all the NBA free agency. I just wonder what, like you said, Emerson, what happened? What do we not know? I know there's been rumors of, and it kind of died once Kyrie opted in, but the rumors were still going. Like the Lakers might still get him. The Lakers might, even though he opted in.
Yeah. So I've been hearing that, and those rumors have picked up even more in the last 8 hours.
Right.
In the last 5 hours. I'm sorry.
What does Kevin Durant know? Or maybe the Nets told him that, listen, we're going to just scrap everything. Maybe they just don't have the confidence in Kyrie to be dependable and give you meaningful minutes during the regular season.
I think the Nets may have told them that they're shopping them.
Maybe.
And that ticked them off and just like, I'm out of here.
Something happened.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Something happened, and I'm telling you, whatever it was major.
Right.
We'll hear about it. We will hear about it. We will hear about it. Because I keep looking at Wojnarowski's his feed. I'm waiting to hear something. We will hear about it.
Durant, if you're giving away Durant, you're talking about 2 number ones right off the rip. You're giving up 2 first-round picks. And then whoever, then players. I don't even know what star player you're giving, but
player.
So rumor has it already. Here's what. So he's already given his destination of teams: Phoenix and Miami. He's already throwing the names out there. So you're talking Jimmy Butler is going to have to be involved in one of those deals. If I'm the Nets,
I don't know if I can get rid of him.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, I don't know if you can get rid of him.
Jimmy Butler. If I'm giving you Kevin Durant,
yeah, that's
Jimmy Butler. I want Tyler Hero. They said they can't do Bam on a bottle because something about you would have to throw Ben Simmons in that deal or something. Now, I got my ears to the street. So then over there in Phoenix, they said they're starting with Devin Booker.
Yeah,
you're going to include Devin Booker in this trade.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Nets got the leverage.
That's what we're going to start at. We're gonna include Devin Booker in this trade, and I don't know who else is going to come with that package, but Devin Booker is going to be in that package.
You can't take anything less. Man.
You can't take anything less than Devin Booker.
Oof. I don't know if I do that if I'm Phoenix.
Here we go.
No, you can't do it. No.
So
DeAndre Ayton.
Right. So it's probably Ayton, Booker, and whoever else can match salaries, but Devin Booker has to be in that trade. Now
I'll give you DeAndre Ayton, Miles Bridges, and what's his name? Cam.
No.
You
ain't even. I'm like, you ain't even name an all-star yet. I'm like,
you're giving me Devin Booker.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I want your 2 picks you have for the next 2 years, maybe 3.
It might be 3, but
that's
yeah,
steep.
Maybe
it's gonna be steep. It's gonna be steep.
Now, hold on. Let me just add this in here while we're here, okay? Because this just blew my mind away. I didn't even get a chance to get to all the other action that was going on in free agency because once this came across, I just lost it. I was all in. So now you're talking about if you play hardball with him, Brooklyn, he's gonna have a hamstring all year. He's gonna have my foot is my foot needs 2 days rest. My foot needs 5 days rest.
The only thing they got him for 4 years, man.
Got him 4 years.
It's not
they're in control.
Yeah,
he's gonna force his way out of there.
That's like I said. This is gonna be interesting.
You want to pay a guy who because I'm telling you, he's gonna have all kinds of little knick-knack injuries.
So now, if you know that, then the teams know that you ain't getting nothing back. You ain't getting equal value back.
You're not going to get equal value, but you're going to give me a Jimmy Butler or a Tyler Hero, or you're going to give me a Devin Booker and a DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting,
that's steep, man. I mean,
I'm not trading them for just garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, to me, you could say what you want to say about the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing what has happened with, like Brian said, the big 3 that they brought in and it didn't work out. And now you're talking about Durant leaving, wanting out, and possibly Kyrie is gone. To me, they are the new laughing stock of the league.
Absolutely.
They make the Knicks look like
Oh, yeah.
Angels.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
there's
Trio
a
who didn't
lot
even
of
play.
things that happen.
It was rumored they were both coming to the Knicks. Let's go back to 2019, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember that. And they say Kyrie said, "Nah, let's go to Brooklyn." And now look.
Something happened under that bridge, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The bridge is over.
I want to
The
know.
bridge is over.
Yeah.
The bridge
You
is
know.
over. The bridge is over.
It's
Yeah.
not looking good.
Yeah.
Travel over that
Listen,
Queensbridge and come to
man.
Manhattan.
I think somebody came home early. Somebody was in somebody's house.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Oh man, the
Yeah,
mail's got to be delivered, man. Come on, man. Mailman's got to.
Oh, I was just stopping by. I knocked 3 times and your maid let me in, so I just decided to, relax here on the couch. I didn't know you were in the shower.
Yeah, but the Nets they
think-
got a mess.
Yeah, they got a mess. And I think maybe what it comes down to is someone like Kevin Durant, he likes to just suit up and play basketball.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just too much drama going on. And he's like, he's not for that and he wants out. But to me, this is just like Emerson said, this it's a players' league now.
Absolutely.
I thought
I used to tell Aaron that all the time.
It won't be the next bargaining agreement. It won't be the next collective bargaining agreement.
He didn't believe me. I used to tell Aaron all the time. And when he gets on the show next week, I'm going to talk to him about it. I used to tell him all the time. It's the players. They can force their way out of here, there, and dictate where they want to go. He didn't want to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But since we are on a New York team, I just had a question about one other deal that happened that has to do with another New York team. Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
What was that? 110 mil, 4 years? Rumored. I don't think the actual numbers have been worked out, but what are your thoughts on that, Brian? Too much or just enough?
Well, the price tag says, and the market says that's what the going rate is for his talent right now.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And in regards to the Knicks, I think he's a good player. He's not an all-star player. I think we could have just stayed the course, maybe even draft somebody, use that draft pick and draft somebody and just go, because he doesn't move the needle to me. If you want to say what Brunson, you could say he's going to win you 10 more games. I don't think he does. I think they'll probably be right where they were, maybe. So I'm glad he got his money, but I think at that price tag, I think I would have just said, nah, I can save that and keep grooming Quigley and some of your other players you got and see where they go.
Mm-hmm. Emerson, what are your thoughts on that Brunson signing today?
Listen, I knew it was going to happen. Listen, his father played for the Knicks. His father is a part of the Knicks front office. Leon Rose used to be his agent. It was going to happen.
Yeah,
it was going to happen. It's like a match made in heaven. You need the apple filling to go into the apple pie because it just works. You got to make sure you get good apples from the apple orchard so you can have a good apple pie. And that's what it is. It was a perfect recipe. Jalen Brunson, he's probably not worth the money that he's going to be getting. But like Brian said, the going rate right now, he happened to be in the right market at the right time for the right paycheck. And that's what he's going to get. And I do think he is a really, really solid player. And as we were able to see his skills there with the Dallas Mavericks. But I do want to say this. The New York market and the media and the fan base is a different animal. You missed the last shot. You missed the last shot of a tying, a game-winning shot, and watch what happens.
Right.
You
And
up
then
in the
now,
newspapers. Can you handle that, Mr. Brunson? That's what I want to know. Can you handle the New York media and their fan base? Because they're New York strong and they're New York tough.
And did you say he's a true point guard?
No, but I'll say this. Other than Chris Paul, can you name me another true point guard in the league right now?
Yeah.
The league is kind of going away from your true point guard. They have to be, combo guards now. They got to be able to score.
Yeah.
It's just the way the league is going. Your point guards nowadays, they're not putting up 10 points, 8 assists. You're looking for your point guard to put up 15, 17 a game now. Whereas before they had to distribute, now those shots they're getting those shots. They're putting up 20 shots a game if they're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're open.
That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
bring
for
back
me,
Derek Harper. Let's get Hopper.
Oh, man, I want to sleep tonight, man.
Let's get Hopper. Let's get Hopper.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, well, for me, I'll see. I felt they overpaid. I felt they bid it against themselves. I think he's a solid player. I think he will add some punch to the offense.
Yeah.
I just don't know with the teams in the Eastern Conference, the Atlanta Hawks, your Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston's. I don't know if he will make that much of a difference to get them over the hump against teams like that. But for me, I really want to see, okay, now you signed him. What's the next move, and what can you do with those picks to bring in somebody that will help the team get to that next level?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not this year, but next couple of years.
Yeah.
So
and I will say
see.
this real quickly, Terry and Brian. We saw the success he had with a player like Luka on his team.
Yeah.
He's not going to have that in New York.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
When all the attention was directed towards Luka, he's now the focal point of the offense. Let's see what happens here.
Because I would just say, who would you rather have, Brunson, or I'll take the guard from Philly, Maxey?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's things that make you go,
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, now, like Emerson, like you said, right, and seeing what's going on with Brooklyn, New York Knicks could potentially, where Brooklyn was the team that had the spotlight on them, now it's back on the Knicks. And can you perform night in and night out? Because you know how that media is there. So we'll see how it plays out. Again, a lot of movers and shakers in this free agency.
Yep.
And so we'll see how it plays out for the rest of the free agency period.
Bradley Beal, and you got so many major high octane moves that were made today. So we have to wait probably till next week to go over everything to see all the moves that were made that were really, some major significant moves.
Yeah. And on to another major sport, tennis. Serena Williams bounced from Wimbledon, losing to Harmony Chan in 3 sets. Emerson, how do you think she looked after being off for about a year?
So listen, I was very proud of Serena. I was very proud of Serena. I was watching that game. It was a great match. I thought she put her all into it, and she left everything out there on the court. And to be off for a whole year, that's major. That's major in the tennis realm. Anyone that knows anything about tennis knows that. But she gave it her all, and I think we will see Serena again I'm almost sure we will see Serena again, because I think she wanted to test herself, and she performed well. And they love her at Wimbledon, and she loves to go there. So she put up a really, really, really good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Brian.
I agree 100%. I was glad to see her out there. She competed well, as Emerson said, and to be off the time that she's been off, and to compete with, people who's like almost half her age or something. So you got to give it up to one of the greats, man. She's still got the competitive spirit, and you just want to see her succeed. And it was good to see her out there.
Yeah, I agree. I think after being off a year, to me, she looked good. I mean, first, competition or first match back in competition to jump into Wimbledon like that. And for it to go 3 sets, I know Martina Navratilova felt like if she could have pulled this one out, I know she made the statement, she felt like Serena could win the whole tournament.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement, but it's from one of the greats. So she must have saw something. She just couldn't put it all together this time around. But like you said, Emerson, she'll be back. Again, competing against athletes not half her age, but much younger than her. So it's going to be interesting to see what she can do.
Yep.
So we'll see how it plays out.
Definitely.
But
Serena.
some just for some entertainment taking place. If anybody wants to tune in, if you're bored over this or right before the cookouts take place, we got the USFL Championship game taking place in Canton, Ohio this weekend on Sunday, July 3rd. So tune into that. Emerson, who's playing in that game again?
You got the Birmingham Stallions and the Philadelphia Stars, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, listen, Birmingham has just been on fire all year. They've been like the best team.
Yeah.
And if I can just get a peek at football while I'm waiting for the NFL, it's something to do. I'm going to tune in. So I'm going to be watching it.
And it was a good first year. They got things to work on, and they need more talent, obviously, but something to watch while football, is in hiatus. And
who knows? Some of these guys might be on some NFL rosters. Some of these guys might make an NFL roster. Who knows?
I didn't see any.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Don't count them out, man.
Yeah.
Those guys right there that are playing, they're hungry. They're hungry.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
Yeah. Tune into that. I mean, you'll get some interesting camera angles, that I will say they're doing a good job with that. With the drones and stuff too. So and then I also want to mention today was a very historic day in college football. As 2 major powerhouse programs in USC and UCLA, they're leaving the Pac-12 to join the Big Ten in a major move that could result in billions, not millions, but billions of dollars for both programs. So, we'll stay tuned. Yeah, keep an eye on that.
Money, yo. Talk about the money.
It's all about the money. Show me the money.
Hey, Brian, give me that money. Give me that money again, huh?
I don't know if I have it on cue, but there you go.
Money.
All about the Benjis. So we'll see what happens, because I'm sure there's going to be some other major moves on the horizon. As there's revenue to be made, and we'll see what these programs do. Yeah. But on that note, guys, we come to the end of our show. Emerson, tell the viewers why they should tune in next week.
Because we're going to have our swag back. It's the swaggy. It's the swaggy XL Sports Talk Show. Tune in live next week. And you know what? I think Malcolm and Aaron, I think they went chasing the money at another podcast, man. We better tune in on that, man. Somebody find out. Send no secret agents after them, man. See what's going on. Huh?
We got you under contract, so we hold all the power. Right. So
that's it.
We got you on a 4 year.
Don't go nowhere, but we got you. You can't leave until we buy you out.
So with that being said, we're gonna we'll work out all our free agency differences, and we'll be back next week, folks.
Yep.
But have a good night.
Yep.
Tune in
good night,
next
everybody.
Just want to give a shout out to a new viewer, Jenny, and she says she enjoyed watching the show.
Jenny, hey, Jenny, we got our swag back.
So yep, just
thanks for tuning in, Jenny. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, thank you for all our viewers. Yes. All right. Good night.
Night.
Yep.